Hi and hi and welcome to this new live stream. I'm Thibaut. I'm the community guy on Steep, and thanks for being here with us for this new live stream. This will be fully dedicated to the road to the Olympic. We're going to talk also about Japan. And it's also Steep first anniversary, and we will have the patch notes. So tonight I'm here with Mitch.
Hello.
Our associate live producer. And I'm also here with Renaud. Renaud, it's the first time you come here, I think. Yeah, so Renaud is the world director.
I love this title.
Yeah, that's quite a huge title. Yeah. That's quite a big thing. So today at the menu, we're gonna talk about the patch note overview. Yeah. We're gonna talk about Steep first anniversary and its origins. We're gonna talk about Japan and grind, and this time we will be able to spoil everything on grind, so that's a great news. And we're going to talk about the road to the Olympic expansion that will be released tomorrow from 6 p.m. Right?
So that's for Steam.
That's for Steam,
but for console and you play it midnight local hour.
Okay.
So some from New Zealand or something like that can play.
All right, and of course, please send your questions to in the Twitch chat, on Twitter, Facebook as well, and we'll try to be honest as much as possible and answer all of those. Also, big stuff. You will have the opportunity during this show to win codes for the game for Steep Road to Olympics, so I mean the full game, Steep Road to the Olympic, plus the 2 DLC, plus the main game, and just by tapping raffle when we will say it.
Yeah.
So just just be there and watch the show. At some point, we will ask you to tap raffle, and this will be your chance to win the game.
The raffle is on Twitch.
The raffle is on Twitch, yes. Yes, it's going to be on Twitch. Yeah.
So you can do that on YouTube, but...
yeah, it's not going to work, unfortunately. Okay, so 2 years ago, it was Steep first anniversary. What is your best memory so far on this past year? What was your best moment?
Mine?
What is... Yes, exactly. Yeah, I would like to know that.
For sure, it's the launch.
The launch?
The launch, because it's we released the Kraken, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it
all
was
the
lots of stress, and yeah, to see all the feedback from the player and to see all the statistics from the game, where they ride, how they ride. It was really cool to have this kind of information.
How exciting is it compared to this one for Road to the Olympic?
It's just because it's a new game. You know? The expansion for me, it's special because now it's more competitive with the Olympics, and it's less free in terms of free ride, but it's more square. Now we can beat on a few centimes, few seconds, few centimes for the leaderboard here in Ubisoft Annecy.
Oh, by the way, we will reveal the winners of the beta that has just ended, actually. So we will be able at the end of the show, we will be able to reveal the name of the first finalist for the grand final for the tournament that we just launched for the beta.
And it's a breaking record, world record from all the people from Ubisoft Annecy.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Smashing. What about you? What was your best memory?
My best
this year?
Intense memory for sure. I would speak just about the E3, because the E3 for me was a moment where we make the game discovered by people, and we had the first occasion to get really feedback on a huge amount of people. And I remember myself crying like a baby, seeing the trailer, and for me that remained very, very strong moment, between many others.
Yeah, huge moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. We'll talk a little bit more about the Steep first anniversary. Let's start with the patch notes.
Yeah.
So
It will
what's
be
new?
quick because a few of our guests will talk more in detail about some parts of this patch. So first, we have improved the grind, because as you've seen on the, it was Summer TU.
Yeah.
We have bring the grind, and it was the basic control, and now we have real tricks.
That's something we spoiled already here.
We have tricks, we have scoring. So now it's more easier to make grind in Alps and Alaska, but of course, and Renaud will show you, in Asia it's full of grind. But if you don't have RTTO, you can test the grind in Alps and Alaska. We have also improved the big air and the half pipe. What it means, it's now all the jumps are more impressive. So you will have more opportunity for scoring and to make more impressive tricks. So it's very cool. Now I can score in half pipe because before it was horrible for me, and now it's very cool. So
at least
you can also try in Alps this kind of improvement. As you've seen, I don't know if Ben, our new realizator, can show the game because we don't have feedback. So we'll wait the sign of him. Okay, so as you see now, we have new icons in the mountain view. So these icons are here now to be easier to understand. As you see, I have lots of gold medals. I have found all the drop zones.
It's my account. All the drop zones.
So it's very cool. And we have also renamed some challenges to be more understandable by everyone. And also because on Asia we have named some challenges, we have to rename some challenges from
because the name were too similar.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and we have better categories of the challenges. Maybe Arnaud can talk more about that
he will, I'm
after.
Sure he will.
Just one more thing, because we have changed rules on some challenges. So, for example, Night Hall, it was only free ride, and now it's all score. So I have reset all the challenges who have this rules change. Like that, everybody can make now with the new rules the new score. So I think it's 7 or 8 challenge who have this reset. That's it for that. We have also a new character and store page.
Okay.
So now you can see easier your different character. And in the store, I will use that to show you the new system of collection. So you can see the black and white and the lumberjack. So we will update that weeks after weeks to help you to choose your cool outfit, customization. Yeah. And if you go, if I remember, it's close urban outfit. So here it's a new customization with the patch. So you have new freestyle here without backpack.
Okay.
And you have these two overalls. It's a salopette.
So backpack is.
You will love this name in French, salopette.
So backpack is so 2016, right?
Yeah. And you have this cool camo. Camo things. Oh, this one are available, and you will have few new items in the next week.
Okay.
And also we have the Korean language now, so all our friends Korean can play the game now in Korean. Full game is localized, and that's it for the patch.
Okay, great. So, is it now? Do you feel it is now the perfect moment to start a new raffle? Okay. Let's go for the raffle. So, let's go for the raffle.
Yeah.
And please let me know when it's done and we have a name. Okay.
You go back to us.
And at the time we have the raffle, I will ask Renaud to basically Renaud came with a special treat for us. when did we start this project? When did we start Steep? So we released it a year ago, but first before that you came up with a prototype.
Yeah, that really early prototype was made, if I remember well, around March 15, and it was quite an achievement because it was our first baby, and it was the first time we were able to put a behavior with a mountain with a player, which actually looks more like a sausage. So sorry, it's the way we call that prototype.
Sausage. Yeah. You will see what we mean in a minute.
Yeah, sausage. And actually, it was really full of promise, and we were able to really see what we were aiming as behavior. For sure, it was totally imperfect, but it was already full of a lot of things we were able to do, and that's why I wanted to share it with you as a fossil of production, and that you can see all the projects that, all the improvements that have been done since that time.
Okay. Yeah, the goal of the prototype was, as Renaud said, mostly on the control. Yeah. So you will see it's you feel already the physics of Steep. So you will see it's amazing. Yeah. It's very close to Steep. If you don't think about the sausage, of course, but if you just see the snowboard, it's like that. And also for the mountain, because you have also make lots of tests.
It's
with
true.
The world transformation.
Yeah, it's true. I think the mountain you're gonna see is something like the 20th, but before achieving the final Alps, we did something like 50 variation of that mountain to be able really to give you the best, of course.
Okay, let's have a look at. So we came up with a rough video of this afternoon from the demo, and Renaud will be able to comment it and go through it in a moment.
C'est un beau belge, ça compense un peu. C'est ça. Pour l'anniversaire, t'as ça. Ah, équilibre. Je suis tranquille. Ouais, dépasser les journaux. Comme Jonas. C'est bizarre, Jonas. Comme ça. Nouvelle race terroriste pédophile. Le terroriste. Qu'est-ce que c'était sur quoi? Ouais, c'est pour les lots, c'est un bon niveau. C'est bon dire, tiens, on fait ici, je dois prendre, je vais faire le bureau, des manettes, et puis on va voir trop large. On essaie de regarder avec les associés, comme ça, on peut valider ou non le principe, et il faut faire des
very interesting moment because I remember we did the first race together, which was going from one square to the other square of the map together, and it was really already a lot of fun. But we also learned a lot of things like the quantity and the quality of the slopes, the amount of snow, the length of the runs. So it was the first time we appreciated that kind of things, and really that was a super interesting exercise. So I'm very glad to share it with you.
Okay. Well, I think you've seen the video anyway. So maybe I would like. I also wanted to have you here to share some secret hideouts or some places that secret eggs or something that are hidden in our mountains. And I ask you when I came to see you this afternoon, I say, okay, is there any secret thing that we would like to share with the community? And I think that would be really cool if we could share it now. Okay. What is your favorite spot?
So actually I won't go in Alps because we went all around all Alps, and actually the more I play Alps, the more I love it. Actually it's our first world, but it was, I think, a good one, a very heated one. What I'm going to show you, it's actually 3 spots I like very much in Alaska, but you'll see for very different reasons. And also I will show you 3 places in Japan that remain in my heart deeply because it's really, really a pleasure to run.
Yeah, maybe before you show your base place, can you just explain your work? Because maybe the people don't know about that. And they don't know why your art is so touched.
No, actually, it's just because making this mountain, as you must imagine, it's not just pushing a button. It's designing the whole mountain, the whole world, and it starts with the study of the geology of the places we gather, we collapse the most interesting areas, and after that starts all the prototypes about 3D, and we start by building the main volumes, and then we study how it works. Actually, for each world, we had a different way of seeing the playable space, because with Alps, what we wanted to do is to provide the fantasy and the dream that the players have when they think about the Alps. So it's not a reproduction of the Alps exactly, but it's the mountain enhanced in a way. For Alaska, what I'm going to show you, actually, Alaska is really near of our inspiration because it was Mount Denali. So we made a lot of studies about how it was shaped, how it was designed in a way by the nature. And actually, it's quite near of it. The only freedom we took was to make the ocean 200 kilometers nearer from the Denali that it is in reality, because it's always the same thing. We want to gather the best experience for the players, so that's why we put all of that together. So if you want to know, I can show you.
Yes, please,
it was short, but it's true that sorry, I could speak about it for hours. You know?
Yeah.
It's what you're gonna see, what you're gonna play. It's all my heart, it's all my life. So I hope you will enjoy anyway.
Do you have a favorite child between the 3 mountains you designed?
Oh,
No,
That's
really,
very
no.
cool, sorry.
Absolutely, it's a super good question, but actually no. I love the 3 ones, and they are really different. Each other bring another taste, and I'm proud of my babies.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't make them alone. There are some people. So just a few points I would like to show you that I like very much in Alaska. So for sure, I hope
we are on the game, Ben. We are on the game.
It's okay. Okay. So here is what you call the belly of the beast, because here is the back of the beast, and on the back of the beast there is one place I really appreciate, which is actually the Peters Glacier, which exists in reality. And this place has a whole big story, because building them was not an easy thing. We wanted it to be believable, but also to be playable. So we made also a lot of playtest on it, and we added also everything that looks like a glacier, actually, on the crevasse and everything like that. And this particular shape that we obtained here are really ideal for making a lot of tricks in a minimum amount of time, and jumping from bumps to holes. And that's really a place I love a lot for something like. You have a 5-minute run here, which is just epic.
With speed.
With a lot of speed, absolutely,
Yes,
yes. Yeah, it's very speed. Very quickly here, my beloved spine lines. I will show you a new generation of them very soon. Second point I like very much in Alaska is that triangle. So just so you can see, it's at the perfect east of the map. And that place has, for me...
So you know where is the north?
Yeah, absolutely, because I did it. So this is really the conventional north-south point of view, exactly. It's exactly the way it has been done. And so here is that place which, for me, really has the right amount of speed, slope, bumps, stones, and vegetation lower, and it's one of the best places. I like very much to ride it at 200 kilometers speed. I like speed, actually, and it's kind of unique experience you can get really on this triangle. Last point I wanted to show you, but it's really a personal, a really personal, how to say it, Easter egg, is that I'm coming. If I find it, I'm gonna find it. I'm going to find it. It's big, you know. I'm a bit lost, even if it's my country. So where is it? Okay, I'm gonna not go and find it. So it was. Oh yes, I found it. Actually, I'm coming from Brittany, Little Brittany of France, and I just wanted to make a little pleasure to all people who habit in Brittany. So you can maybe recognize it a bit. So that's it for Alaska. That's a map I love very much. And now let's go to Asia, and I will show you very few spots, but actually you can really explore the country. There is a lot of very different things, very different tastes. One of the things we wanted to show in that world is that we have more gathered the features and the taste of the world on dedicated place instead of spreading little pieces of it everywhere. So you will have very strong experience in one place and another experience in the other place. And there are many of places to really to observe. So
just one thing.
Yeah.
We'll start to spoil now. So if you don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, that is something that wasn't part of the beta. So we will start to reveal.
Actually, I will not go very near for the first point of the beta because.
Shall we first before we go with
please,
this one?
Please.
Shall we show this video we received from one player's Talok 5. He sent this amazing video.
Good job.
And we were really impressed at the studio, and especially because this guy pushed the boundaries of the beta, and he went. He really pushed the limits, and he went exploring beyond the limits of the beta, and somehow he broke the game somehow. But he did an amazing stuff, and it was really. That's a really nice video, and we were really impressed by this guy.
If I just can add a word, is that even his video reflect in a very well way the mood we wanted to give to the Japan mountains. So,
so that's a big achievement. Yeah. We want to congratulate him for that. Let's have a look at this video if possible. All right, and we're back. So congratulations, Talok 5. As I said, we were all very impressed by this video, and we would like to thank you and reward you with let's go for, it's Christmas. It's the first anniversary. Let's reward you with a game. We will send it to you. So yeah. Yes, we were talking about the next mountain, the New World, Asia, and we're about to reveal some bits and parts of this world that hasn't been shown in the beta. And we've just been joined by Arnaud Rago, which is our game director, and we'll talk about Grind a little bit later. But of course, you can say anything you want about Japan as well. So yes, let's go with your favorite place of Japan, and maybe we could give a bit of context and feedback on how you started to imagine this new world. We talked a lot about the amount of snow with the Yetis when they came this summer.
Definitely. Actually, we wanted that mountain not to be just another mountain, but to contain new features that haven't been released before. And one thing that really jumped to our eyes, sorry, it's not very English, but was that Japan really contained a lot of snow in winter. We know there are some places where there are even kind of 16 meters of snow each time. So we were really impressed by that, and by all the references we got. For sure, the snow becomes a really unique point for that mountain. So we fighted a lot to give you that. So I will not tell exactly how it's done, but you can really find it in a lot of places. I would say 99% of the place, but it really depends on the slope and the amount of stone you have around you. So what happens on that place is actually, so yes, spoil. Japan part, because Korean part will be described a bit later, but the Japan part is made of two main islands, which have inspired us because they have a lot of very famous spots in them. On the north part, we have the Hokkaido Island, which is divided in two regions, the Sapporo region and the Daisetsuzan region. And we have then the Hokkaido Island, which is a compound of the Akuba area and the Zao Akuba. So there's four regions, really reflect four ways of playing, four kind of environment. I hope you will enjoy them. And just to give you a taste of it, I want just to say that for me, one of the three places I want to show you that I love very much, so it's not so far from the demo already, but it's really the west part, it's really the west part of Yotei, which is a really soft and very nice and groovy place where you can find a lot of powder, and there is just the right amount of trees and snow. So you will discover that in that world actually there are another way to make the bumps on the stones, and you have very nice, so good.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have a lot of very nice place to discover, and sometimes some of your discover will be playful because you will find the cherry trees, cherry blossom trees, and a lot of other stuff. We have some kind of hidden caves also. That was one of the first part I wanted to show you. The second part I love very much is all the southeast part of Daisetsuzan, which is all that huge triangle, and which is also in the kind of part I like very much, which is just the right slope with the right amount of stones, and you will appreciate that really the deformation we do around the stones are definitely not the same. And also something I have to say that Japan inspired me a lot of bumpiness, a lot of balls and bouncing and deep snow. So that's why you will find in a lot of places of that world a lot of very deep bumps. So really I recommend you that part. And if you love sensations, just do that one, that long valley of Daisetsuzan in between the volcanoes Fumarole. In wingsuit, for instance, it's just a pleasure. Another place I just wanted to show you is now in Akuba, and it's a new kind of spine lines that have been experimented before, but here with a new test. So it just change a bit, yes, the light, and you will see huge amount of snow has fallen here and has accumulated in very spine shapes, and you can find it on that part of the mountain and just near of it. So those are the two big spine-line fields you can find in Japan.
Is it the place where you'll find the ghost, the snow ghost?
Yeah, probably it's near of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And so you will see that it's another test because blending it with the stones and the trees, which was not the case before, and with a lot of waves into the shapes, it really gives a feeling that we never had before. And the last part I wanted to show you, also, sorry, I don't play because I'm too good.
No, show us.
You really want? I can, I'm really able. I hope I will be good.
Yeah, we have time. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, let's start from that.
Whoa.
Oh. I'm very good.
It's live, huh? We can't erase any part of it.
We will cut it.
I know.
Fine.
So it's really done so that you can combine taking risks and following the crest line that you can have in between the spines. And definitely not good enough. I'm very I have the pressure, just to show you. But anyway, it's full of that kind of bunkings and holes and a lot of nice surprise, like there's grinding trees.
Yep.
And if you want to obtain scores like 25,000 or even more, you can. Oh my God, I can't. Anyway, you will explore that place. You will see it's really full of surprise. And actually, that was the smaller part. The biggest part is here, and you have 4 minutes of fun. And just behind of that, you have the Zhao region, which is very well known for its ghost tree
Oh yeah, that's the one
forests.
I was talking about. Yeah.
And actually, it gives a new kind of gameplay also, which is really related to the pacing and the rhythm you give to your flow, going sometimes in between the ghosts or sometimes over them, so you can really make very beautiful figures. You have also to know that the density is not the same on the bigger slopes than on the flat slope. That will help you to anticipate what kind of run you want to do. But really, it's really special. It's really crazy. You will, I hope, enjoy and also find some of this place, some hidden caves also that are pretty incredible.
Hidden caves.
That's
What about the temples and the villages? Are there places to ride as well?
Yes,
Absolutely.
That's my favorite places.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to spoil your
No,
part.
it's good.
But let's search for those.
So we have some of them. Actually, we have plenty of them that are spread around into the world, and they all wear real names that we found from Japan. And
are they inspired by real villages or existing
so
villages?
we took references from very well-known areas. Or just by example, I can show you. Excuse me, just a special feature. This is Tateyama Road, which is a node well known for having that cut in between 15 meters of snow. Here you have the snow barrier fields that are very long and continue and kilometers, I would say, and it's just a totally crazy place. And what I was saying, I'm sorry, too many things to say. Actually, you have dams, you have lakes. Oh, by the way, now you have the liquid water, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And gives you another feeling of the place. So, yes, sorry, and excuse me, coming back to the subject, so many things to say, I'm very sorry. Here we have the very perfect example of what we wanted to reproduce by blending traditional buildings and contemporary buildings with a very famous village which is called Tsumago, which is a real village, and it inspired us that layout where you can of course ride on the roofs but also visit the temples, grind on each barrier of the roads, and there are even some challenges going there, and it's really typical place, very cute.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And that will give you a very nice mood about the place. And there are some hidden like that into the world. It's up to you to discover them, but there are some of them. Also, things we have. Sorry, tell me when I say too much.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
We have plenty of. If I find it again, I hope. No, not there. We have plenty of hidden grind park actually into the world. So it's kind of
Yes, there is one
hidden.
on the island, you know.
Oh, true. I like this one. For instance,
Yeah, I really like
it's
this one too.
And so let's take a little run.
Yes.
And I hope I will be good. Oh my god. And maybe I'll be in the shadow, but. Oh, come on. Yeah.
Not bad.
World director. Just joking, just joking. So there are some signs that you can recognize. Where is the path? Oh yeah, I did it. And so you have several tracks on each of these parks, but really you can spend hours on them because we have done something like, I don't remember, but it's around 10 of them hidden into the world. Also, we have, of course, I'm sorry, I'm obliged to speak about it. It's about the snow parks that probably was discovered before during the demo, but here we did a really special effort so that every grind, every kick, every big air is perfectly integrated into the ground, and you have the perfect transfer. You can really jump from one grind to another, so there is plenty of things like that.
Spots to grind, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a giant one, you know. So we have two giant like this one, and another one which is just a bit smaller, but really deep in experience. That's it, guys. I hope you will enjoy.
That's really cool. What about your favorite place, Arnaud?
I think and Renaud shown already a lot. Of
Yeah.
Japan.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry
his
about
baby,
that.
so
Yeah,
it's fine.
Not
But
only.
what I really like about Japan is discovering all those small jewels hidden in the forest, whether it be some hidden snow parks or temples, and I really like to spend time on them, trying to find out lines, execution.
To tell a bit of a story, a bit of
Yes.
yeah.
For instance, you find a temple, so you start looking at it with a snowboard. So you start finding some. You can grind on the guardrails, etc. But then at some point you use your helicopter ticket to climb up to the roof, and then you equip your wingsuit and you find lines. So it's all those moments where you can express your creativity for a few minutes, and it's really cool because this time it's a lot of them hidden in the world, and it's really reward your exploration of the world. So I really like Japan for that, for sure.
Definitely, yes. Also, I forgot to say that we have plenty of cliff breaks that you will discover into the cliffs, and that will give you some fears.
Let's talk about grind a bit as
Yes.
well. Show me your grinding
grind
skills. This time you can.
So I'm not
do
the
that.
grind director, so I need to be really good.
I mean, last time you came, you spoiled grind, and HR called me, and I was in trouble. But this time, I mean,
yes.
that's fine. I mean, and you were not able to come back to any live stream after that. But
Yes, because no one wanted me to spoil something. So, so let's find a snow park. We have one here. Pressure. So yes, grinding is here on steep since a lot of time now. I think with Alaska we introduced it, but it was our first, how to say that, experiment with this new system. But with Japan and with the introduction of the Winter Olympics Games, who put a trunk here? Renaud, who put we wanted to push this experience way further because obviously that we knew from the beginning and even from D1 after the launch that it was something the players wanted. So we introduced it back in Japan with more control on the snow parks, on the modules, and now we also added a lot of new tricks to this freestyle experience. So that you can really express your creativity. You can score more points because we also added some grind scoring. And now it's really about grinding when I try to land on it, but it's really about finding lines, trying again and again, perfecting your execution. So it adds a lot to the depth of the freestyle experience in steep.
Nice.
That's really nice. Yes.
And obviously, all snowpark in Japan really benefits from it. But more than that, because you have seen it through Renault demonstration, but we have also put fallen trees in the forest so that you can grind them. We also make sure that in every village, in every temple, you have grindable elements. So it's really now a core component of steep experience in Japan.
So that's for Japan, but we also had a bit of those in Alaska as
Yes.
well, and specifically
Yeah.
in one challenge.
So
Thing.
as I said, we introduced grind for the first time in Kitchik and in the sawmill in Alaska with a few specific modules, and they all benefit now from these improvements in terms of gameplay with the scoring. So even challenges we used to happen on those places have been enhanced with this new layer of scoring.
Which is great. Yeah.
Yes, and hopefully it will be also a strong motivation to revisit those places in Alaska. It's hard to play and to speak at the same time. So
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted to
quite-
say
that's
not
quite-
so
that's
bad,
quite
but no. Yeah,
Do you
so-
have any tips or any tricks you'd like to share for I'd say to improve your score, to
Yes.
boost your score? Is there any way that you can share right now on when grinding?
Yes, so what's really important, I think, is grinding is not about speed. So you really have to adjust your speed, take your time. You don't need to rush into modules. It's not about speed, so you can really break a bit so that you can enter the modules with the perfect speed. And really scoring is about adding tricks to your line. So basically, it's all about entering with the tricks, not like that. Let's do it again.
Yeah, I mean,
It's always good. It's always good.
So entering with the tricks. Okay, let's do it again. Sorry.
Pressure.
What you don't see is that I have a huge light in
yeah,
front
yeah,
of me,
that's-
burning my eyes. Now entering the tricks, transferring with the tricks, and exiting with tricks. So that adds up to your score. And the more you are chaining tricks plus rails, the more your multiplayer will go fast increasing. And then it's why it's really important to slow down. It's the more time you spend on the rail, the more time you have to do some board slides, and board slides add a lot to your scoring
multiplayer
like that. And you can chain tricks, board slide, and it's all fluid and seamless. And you see with just that I put almost 8,000 points.
Not too
Very
bad.
good. Very
So
good.
it's really about mastering all those aspects of the freestyle experience of trick to enhance your scoring performances.
Oh, nice.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That's
I would
a
just
nice one.
add something to what you say, is that actually it's also very good. It's just a little tips for players. When you go to grind, study well the place and don't hesitate to run it a lot of time, because actually you will really choose your path and where to change from grind to another and to go to that direction, because you can combine more grinds and make more points. So I really advise you to really test it in a lot of ways, because there are many ways to make a lot of combination of points. Good.
How many snow parks like that is there in Japan?
So there are 3 of them.
Two.
3 of them, and they are pretty dense. There are a lot of things to do in them, and I mean, if somebody wants to make all the lines possible in it, I think,
It's kind of depends.
yeah, it's
spend
kind
some
of
time.
3-4 hours just for one
Okay.
snow park, minimum.
That's quite nice. That's quite nice. All right.
Yes.
Everything? We've said everything on grind.
On grind, yes. About Japan, so yes, we also, so it's about the world, it's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
all the new features we are supporting, but it's also about a lot of new content to enjoy. So we have more than 30 new challenges, we have new mountain stories, and it was really cool because it's been a while without mountain stories in the game, and we had a lot of fun putting them together in this new world.
I think there is one on top of the mountain that is.
Yes, we
something,
have
right?
one here.
Yeah. There is a Utah.
And yeah, once again,
Okay.
mountain crazy with that, with mountain talking and cultic stuff. But we like that.
Very cool.
Yeah, actually, it teaches something
It says
cool.
something about
It says something
yeah.
about the mood and the ambience and surroundings.
And we also introduce new type of content like this. So we call those new type of activities feats, and the purpose of them is to achieve a feat. So whether it be a stunt or really, really hard line to execute. So it's really test your limits or test your creativity, but it's a new flavor to the whole content we have in Steep. So you will find them with the diamonds icons.
Okay, really nice. All right, let's move to Road to the Olympic,
Yes.
to the Korea. And let's have a look at the Road to the Olympic trailer that has just been released yesterday. Just before we do that, we have a winner for the last raffle we just launched. It's Tequila _X that won the game, and now is the perfect time to launch a new raffle. So type raffle now. And we launch the video, and after the video we'll reveal the name of the person who will win this game.
Being at the Olympic Games would be one of the biggest achievements for me in my snowboarding career.
Kind of consumes your whole life. Put in a lot of work and a lot of time and dedication.
Everyone focuses on the end result. It's commitment to pursuing your passion.
There's a certain atmosphere that's different. It's all or nothing. I want to win, so I'm willing to risk everything. It's like your time to shine, it's your time to perform.
This is for everything he's got. Can he do it?
Most of the time, you don't win. But I knew that I'd won the race. You know what? I'm going to take risk right here, and I'm going to win the race right here.
To talk about the Olympic part of this expansion, and we've just been joined by Martin, one of the game designer, to talk about it, and we will go through, well, maybe not all the disciplines, but maybe your favorite disciplines. We still have a lot of time to go through it. Let me have a look at the winner of the last raffle. So the winner is a slow motion 31160. So congratulations, slow motion, you just won the game. Let's go through the Olympic events, as we may call them now. So basically the events are challenges, but that just no.
So a bit more than that.
Okay. Let's go through. Okay, first of all, talk to me about your vision for the Olympic and how you thought about it before even starting to work on it.
You know, when we after launching the game and last year we had these questions. It was what's next for us. So we were exploring different universe territories that could fit with the vision of Steep. So it's about having fun in the mountain. It's about discovering different type of activities we can have there, and winter games were obviously something we wanted to explore. So we started prototyping things. We started wondering what if we had some alpine downhill in the formula, and yeah, the more we moved forward, the more it was kind of an obvious choice for us. So our point was to make sure we can deliver unique Olympic Games experiences, meaning it's not more of the same of what we have already. It's use what we have, but put them in a situation where it's all about competition, it's all about perfect execution, it's all about pressure. So we wanted to nail those experiences and make sure each one of them feels unique.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so when I had to design each experience for each events, the trick was to combine both the experience of someone that watch the Olympic at home on TV with all the realization and all the production value that is put into those kind of events, and the rider that actually does the event, the discipline, and combine this in a whole flow for players to experience as both
on both
playing
sides,
and
Yes.
watching. Yeah.
Okay, that's. Let's have a look at
Yes.
the first event you would like to show us.
So I will go through all of them, but
Yeah,
then
yes,
I will
let's
let
go a
Martin
little
play
bit.
this time,
Okay.
not me.
Okay.
So for those of you who have played the beta earlier this weekend, so obviously we still have big air, we still have downhill, but we also you will also be able to enjoy so the little brother of downhill, so Super G, and the cousins. So we have giant slalom, we have slalom. About freestyle, we have slopestyle here with our new slopestyle track, and I think Martin will make a demo right after. We had the famous half pipe with all the improvement we've made on this new expansion, and we have also two additional events with ski and snowboard cross, which is really fun. I think we'll keep it for the end.
Okay.
As well as parallel giant slalom, which is a snowboard version of the slalom. So yeah, where to start? I would say slalom, just because it's a warm-up, you know. It's
You're choosing the one where
that's a very cool.
yeah, because I'm not good at slalom at all. So not giants.
You are not good at slalom.
No, I'm more a freestyler. So as you can see, we have the whole flow. You've already seen it in the beta for the two disciplines that we have, but.
Every time you launch a new event, it shows you the terrain.
Yeah, you can skip it, but you have all the information that you need. We call it a track shot. It's something very common for Olympic events, for Winter Games. I watched a lot of videos from Sochi. It's really interesting. So slalom, for those that don't know, it's 2 runs, and you have to add those 2 runs. So it's an addition of both runs. So you have to do the best you can on 2 runs. If you fail at one of them, well, it's over.
It's over. Okay.
So that's why it's one of the hardest disciplines that we have.
And that's what makes all the Olympic content different. It's all those small details like 2 turns that create a sense of pressure. It's really feel different from our classical challenges.
As you can see, I already suck at it.
Let's just try again.
So it's all about timing and being in the right state of mind. That's why it's hard for me right now.
Yeah, it is quite.
You really have to be
quite tough in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's not something that you can plan or that you can think about it. It's just purely mechanical, purely reflexes.
Very technical.
Yeah. You don't have to know it by heart. You just have to get the rhythm and I'm not even looking at. I know that I've missed some gates and I will have some penalties, but I'm not even looking at it. I'm just trying to finish my run.
For his defense, Martin has the same huge light in front of him, so he basically sees nothing in front of him.
I'm not even like looking at the screen. I'm just like trying to have my mind blank and focusing on the flow.
Okay. Tough one, yeah.
No, I'm really
Maybe
bad
I
at
will
it.
show
yeah,
them.
Yeah, you're
how we
better
can-
than that. So.
That's the competition aspect of it.
Yeah.
You are really, really excited to try to beat your friend's score.
Seems like you go a little bit slower as well. Yeah.
La victoire se rapproche. Il faut rester concentré jusqu'au bout. C'est bien, c'est très bien.
So yeah, you really have to be focused until the end. The slightest mistake will make you lose the. And it was his first run. Arnaud has to do.
2 runs, that's the,
Yeah,
the
you have to
tricky
do
part.
too. Yeah,
And you see I stopped talking.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think my face was like that. But it's require a lot of focus, so that's the fun part.
Okay,
of,
let's go with the second one then.
Oops. Won't be gold with that.
Il faut rester concentré. Pas de relâchement. La victoire est au bout. Allez, allez. Allez, allez, jusqu'au bout. Il faut continuer. Tenir encore quelques secondes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nice.
Nice.
You're gold, I think.
I don't know.
Plus beau succès.
But to
Gold.
yeah, to motivate you, I think some people in our team are able to go under the 1 minute mark for the 2 runs.
Yeah.
So you know what you have to do as soon as the expansion is released. Try to beat the world record, and we'll be carefully looking at what will be your performances, because it's been a lot of competition among us. So we'll see if the community can
Beat this, yeah.
can take over.
Okay.
So
Which
gold
one?
medal.
Which event is your favorite?
I think I have both slalom, because it's you see yourself improving again and again and again, and it's all about gaining those few milliseconds to beat your performances or your friends' performances. But I think in my mind, my favorite one is still the slopestyle, because I'm my goal in steep is to be creative, and slopestyle is a perfect place for that. You have to think about your line, you have to think about your execution, you have so many lines to look at, to discover, to try. So you have hours of gameplay just trying to find the best line, the best execution. So yeah, basically slopestyle is my favorite one.
Okay. What about you, Martin?
For my part, it's really about freestyle. I'm more
Okay.
a freestyler in
Yeah.
steep. So yeah, slopestyle is really great. One of the best discipline for me. I really liked also the half pipe because we kind of revisited the half pipe that we had. It's something that is bigger with more amplitude in the jumps that you can do. So it's really interesting.
Let's have a look at the half pipe.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's
Okay,
really
let's see.
using speed as a resource.
Okay.
So you really have to be careful of your speed and not take too much risk when you are doing one jump, because you will need your speed to do all the other jumps. So yeah,
So again,
it's
the
not really
track
about
shot.
planning or whatever. It's really about execution and managing your speed and your amplitude.
And you will see that on the freestyle event we have in the Olympic, we had the small changes
Yes.
from the regular formula. We limit the number of tricks you can perform in each of these events, just because this time it's not about trying to put a lot of tricks together, it's about executing perfectly within the amount of tricks you have. So it's a brand new approach to our freestyle experiences.
So for halfpipe, it's best of 2 runs, so it's another rules. We introduced a lot of new rules that we don't have in challenges. There you have 2 runs, and it's only the best of those 2 runs that count. So even if you fail, you can try to do better. And even if you did good on your first run, your opponents might have done better than you. So it creates a little backstory when you're competing. So I will try to... Sorry. I will try to take some risk right from the start. Because if you enter there, you can do more points, but you might lose some speed. As you can see, that's what I did. I failed my my first trick.
And then it's really hard to catch up in terms of speed, so that's really a trade-off of taking risk and losing your speed momentum.
As you can see, this will be my last trick. So no tricks left. So with this run, I'm second, but it's okay, it's my first run.
Okay.
So I have more runs. But will it be enough to be second? Let's see at the scores. I am still second. Okay, good. But my opponent did way better on his second run, so I have way more pressure now. And then I won't take as much risk. I will go straight in. Yes. Bad reception, so I lost a little bit of speed, but I can.
Très beau grab sur ce 900. Juste avant de plaquer, un grab en sortie de 1080. Ça c'est beau. Oui, c'est du très haut niveau avec un grab à la sortie de ce 900. Pas double rodéo, suivi d'un grab. C'est simple et efficace.
Won't make gold, I guess.
Yes. I'm missing like 200 points, I think. I still improved my.
Silver medal. Not too bad.
So yeah, with this score, I did way better than my opponent on his first run. But since there is 2 runs, you have to do your best. Yeah. Maybe we can look a little deeper into the slopestyle. So for those that don't know what is a slopestyle, it's a succession of modules. Usually there is module with grinding and a lot of different kickers from the start. So we have the first one there, then the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. And then there is a succession of way bigger kicker to finish the run with big jumps. I will show you first run. So it's the same as half pipe. It's best of 2 runs. So like Arnaud said, it's about experimentation and finding the best line and the best module and the best succession of modules. So there is a little bit of everything for every player. There is a lot of grind, there is a lot of kickers. There isn't really a perfect line. There is one to find, but each player might find his own perfect line. So I will try to use mine, the one where I do the best score I can. And it's not about speed and rushing. It's about control.
And you have an amount of tricks.
Yes.
Also limited amount of tricks. Okay.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I tried to use the grind, but just did it.
So we have a funny story about the slopestyle, because obviously even if we are a game with the Olympics license, we didn't have access to the final design of the slopestyle park, not because it was something secret, it's just because it wasn't done yet. So we had to imagine our own future Olympic slopestyle park, no pressure. So we work with athletes, we work with a coach, we work with even snowpark designers, and together they help us to understand what will be the future of it. And 3 weeks ago now they revealed the final design of the real park being
Oh
built
yeah,
in
and I've
France.
seen that. Yeah, it looks a bit like
And
that.
it's-
That's very much.
Yeah, we have
very
some
similar.
parts that are exactly the same than in the real one, and others that are. The point have been to how we can build up within the snow park some inspiration from halfpipe, from skateboarding parks, and it adds up creating a really innovative park. And they did the same in the real one, so we have been really proud.
Really cool.
And,
Yeah.
it was a really cool moment for us.
How are you doing, Martin, with this one?
I'm doing way better on this second run
Okay.
because I didn't fall right from the start and I managed to take the 2 grind that I like as I wanted, and I'm already way ahead of my previous score.
Oh.
You jinxed me.
Bad.
Bien exécuté et l'atterrissage est bien plaqué. Bien joué, belle hauteur. Il faut rester concentré pour lancer le trick adapté.
So I think I will be second with this.
Maintenant, il faut enchaînement de tricks plus fous les uns.
First one is at
Okay.
23,000.
You still have two,
Très très haut niveau.
3 tricks left. 2.
Yeah, but there isn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Not so bad.
That's all right. What else have we got?
So what else? Obviously we have other like Super G. So,
Okay.
do we have time to show?
I mean, we have plenty
Yes,
of time.
we
I
have.
mean, it's we still have a lot of time. So, I mean, do as
Martin, do you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with
Which
one?
one?
Super G,
Which one?
yeah,
It
yeah,
will
for
be a
Super G, it's
silver
okay.
medal once again.
I will try.
You don't mind I speak while you are playing?
Sure.
Yes.
For
Okay,
Super
okay,
G,
let's
it's
go,
okay.
let's go.
So for those of you who have played the downhill Super G, will feel very familiar, but we wanted to make sure that each event felt unique. So Super G is different from downhill because it's all about speed once again, but it adds more technical turns, more technical parts in the track, and you have really to be managing your speed while dealing with all those technical parts, not to break your speed. So this time you have to know and anticipate way more your turns, the track, so that you can really improving your performance.
Avec beaucoup de vitesse sur ce virage.
Is the track longer as well?
No, it's a bit shorter because
yeah.
it requires a lot more of knowledge, a lot more of speed management. So we really wanted to make sure each one feels unique. Also by the pacing, by the also the skills are required, like turning.
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah. We have questions from the chat. This is Cadets. Yeah. He's or she is asking if becoming a legend in carry mode is it replayable from zero, or you can just play it once?
No. Each time you complete this storyline, you can start it over as many times as you want.
Okay.
Giant slalom.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm bad
let's
at it
see.
also, but let's do
So
it.
giant slalom is the last one of the alpine events we have. So giant slalom is a big brother of the slalom. it's still about this kind of tempo of rhythm game, but this time on a larger scales, so that you have some room to build up your speed. So this time it's about managing your speed, but facing the risk of breaking your tempo, the rhythm.
It's about making choices between turning and going straight, actually, so between control and speed. So you have more room than slalom to go straight, and so to build up speed, but you also need a lot of sharp turns. So yeah, it's very technical. It's a little less technical than slalom, but it's more about choices.
Yes.
Because as you can see, because of the pressure, I'm taking large turns, but I'm way behind the timer.
Okay.
And this too also is a 2-run event, so
you have to
you have to be good in the first one, but you have to also make sure the second one is good too.
Okay. There is Eddie V89. Did you ever consider the mode where you will be able to configure some random tracks to do a slalom or a downhill?
Obviously, we have considered it, but at some point, yes, everything could not be done on time. So that's we have still what we call a backlog of ideas. And when the opportunity will be there, maybe in the future we have something like that to offer to the players.
There is this guy called Palqueso, said that, he wrote in capital letters, guys, please add more grabs. So that's something.
More grabs.
You may need to consider at some point.
Okay, I will add it to the backlog.
So,
and I think, to maybe to conclude, we have something that we really like is ski and snowboard cross because it's really something unique in steep. So for the first time, you are racing against 3 other opponents with collisions. So it's really action-oriented type of event, but. With also 3 opponents to face off, you have also to deal with the bumps with this new mechanic of absorbing the bump. So you have to decide whether you absorb, whether you jump. So it's a lot of things to deal with while avoiding the opponent. So it's a really cool action-oriented type of activity added in the lineup.
Sounds really different from what you've seen before.
See, and if you are too close together, you may collide, and some may fall. If you make a mistake.
Sounds fun, yeah.
It's a really new feeling in the game, this type of racing-oriented type of experience.
So you can collide with NPC?
Yes. Okay. That's why I took some time when the opponent was right next to me, and I lost some speed because I was afraid of him touching me and making me fall.
Okay.
I think someone has fallen. Oh!
I think I...
Whoa! So?
I managed to cross the last one because I managed to pump. It's called pumping in the bumps right at the end. So yeah, but I was so close from the second one.
Maybe you can try to win
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try again.
At least to leave with a gold medal.
Yeah. Failed at the bump there, so
Wow.
yeah,
Nice.
immediately punished by the mistake.
So we'll carefully monitor that, but we wanted to make sure also that beating gold medals in the game is something, means something. So,
So yeah.
even if Martin is a good player, it's a real challenge.
It's still, yeah. That's really cool.
Come on, Martin.
No, won't get it this time.
Come on.
A
Come
lot of
on.
pressure now.
Come on.
Bronze.
Not even once. Yeah, no fault.
Ah. Okay.
I'm just trying to do a discipline where I'm sure
Well,
to.
you can-
Where you're sure
Yes.
to shine.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's handle this one.
So big air, you know
That's
it.
it. Yeah.
It's in the beta.
Yeah, since the beta.
Oh,
Okay, Martin.
Oh,
spoke
that's
too
not
fast.
today. Okay.
So that's been really funny because we have been all the weekend looking at the leaderboard in the
Yeah,
beta
I will
and-
announce the winner
Yes.
of the beta in a moment, right after the trailer.
So even Martin was posting on Facebook his world record, but not so long.
Not anymore.
Yes.
My record is at 12,300, I think, on big air, on
And,
PC.
so yeah, that's crazy how in few days our own record.
So you're basically playing with Mitch account at the moment, and it's just that's why you're failing. Yeah, of
Yes,
course. Yeah.
okay.
Actually, he's challenging you to get him the gold medal in snow cross, but it seems like he's very disappointed in you. Apparently.
Yeah, I was
So
surprised.
just telling me that please ask them to get me the gold medal in snow cross.
So I got it on big air at least.
Okay. At least bigger.
A French
That's
athlete
a
on the podium.
consolation prize. He said he wouldn't be able to do it. It's fair. So. Okay.
I think we just missed the last one.
Okay.
Yes, snowboard.
See?
Parallel J slalom. So it's
Okay.
slalom with snowboard. So different kind of snowboard than we are used to in steep because it's all about speed and turns. So it's a little bit like slalom, but you have the pressure of an opponent.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm very bad at slalom.
Okay.
Wow.
So what does it mean if you miss you get a
You got
penalty?
time
Yeah,
penalties.
time penalties.
Oh, come on. Yeah, no, I'm too bad at this, but
You want
you
me to
get the
try?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, with the addition of your opponent next to you that you can see, you got the pressure. You feel like you're doing great. You're in the flow. You're
Oh no!
you're with the rhythm. And you can see your opponent ahead of you, and it adds more pressure. Or if he is behind you, you're not really sure of how he's doing. So yeah.
I won't leave this room without finishing this.
And as you can see, we are both falling a
Can
lot.
take time.
Okay, but I won't quit.
And it's the
Hope you
addition
guys
of
have
2 runs.
nothing else to do tonight.
It's the addition of 2 runs once again. So
Okay.
if you do great on your first run and you fall right from the start, well, it's over.
It's all right. Let's order pizza and chips and drinks.
It will be the longest stream ever.
Ever, the never-ending stream.
At least on this one, you're sure to win the silver medal.
No, okay, I will be reasonable. I stop there, but I
Okay,
promise
okay.
you, I will be back.
All right. So there is this question from Xeptic. Can you play this mode like big air slopestyle with other players, or can you spectact each other? Not yet.
No, as any content in the game, if you are a group with your friends or with other players of the community, you will be able to compete each other on every of these events. So basically, you set up a record during your session, and then your friends can try to come in and beat with your friends. So it basically works exactly the same way it used to work on all the changes we have in the game right now.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Un 360 bien posé.
Okay. Let's let Martin finish with this one, and then we will have a look at the recap from the Yetis who came to the studios in August for our first community workshop, and they had the opportunity to test at a very early stage the road to the Olympic expansion, and we get to discover what they think about, what they thought about it, and what was their favorite discipline and events.
And you know, early on you asked to Renaud what is a memorable moment in this 1 year anniversary.
Please,
I think meeting those guys was one of my most memorable moments.
Yeah, it is. That was 3 days, but that was three great days.
Cool stories, cool discussion, being able to show them work in progress stuff. That's something really cool for us. It's not just waiting for the release of the game; it's already there discussing with players. So yes, that's been one of the cool moments of the year.
Let's have a look at. Okay, sorry, Martin. You can
go
keep
ahead,
playing, and we will launch the video.
Sure.
Let's have a look at them, and in the meantime, let's launch another raffle as well, so you will get the opportunity to win the game again. Let's go with the video. Yes, please.
When I first heard of the RTTO, my eyes, they shot up. I was ecstatic. I was thrilled to hear that we were partially an inspiration for the road to the Olympics. That means the world.
So when I heard about the Olympics DLC, jaw dropped.
It's different, but it's also familiar. They haven't changed the controls where you don't know what you're doing at all. You know what you can normally do in steep, and then if you try it and can't do it, you can't do it on that set of skis.
I really enjoyed that. Something about, really long races with the really sharp turns that had a lot of skill to it, that you couldn't just play it and just win.
My favorite style so far is downhill, where you're going through those turns. You have to slow down. You have to make sure that you're hitting every turn.
We did border cross, and it was honestly one of my favorite competitions that we tried yesterday.
I really enjoyed it. I liked all the deep snow and all those little details, The new maps and everything, they look great. The groomed snow and the slalom and all that stuff. It's really fun. It's a great new experience.
I love going and just smacking through those poles, and just barely getting my skis on the other side.
I was taken back. I was very surprised, happily surprised.
I love the thought of being able to compete like an athlete in this game. Just having the opportunity to practice like I'm Olympian, go through and be the superstar.
It's very exciting to have those new controls, have the new boards, have the new snow with powder and the groomed surfaces. It feels like a completely new game.
So, and we're back. So I'm gonna reveal the name of the winner on the open beta on the downhill event in a moment. I don't know if I have the winner of the raffle yet. Maybe in a moment. Okay. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, the winner of the open beta, so the first finalist of the tournament,
He's not Martin.
No.
He's not Martin.
Not yet.
He's not
He's trying
Martin.
to beat
He's
the
doing
score,
his best.
but,
He's doing his best to win now. But unfortunately for Martin, Shiva Barba won the downhill event during the beta, and he's our first finalist for the grand finale of the tournament. So we will give you more info about that in the next few days, and there will be more opportunities for you to join him in the grand finale. And so stay tuned, because we will have great announcements and big news to reveal in the next few days about this grand final and where it will be and how it will work and all that stuff. On the raffle side, we have Johnson 17 is the winner of the last raffle, so congratulations Johnson 17, you just won the game, and hopefully you will be better than Martin on the downhill at some point. Sorry about that. Thank you. That's all for now. That's all for me. We will hopefully and soon have another live stream in January, where we will talk about the future of Steep, all these improvements that we plan, and more details about what we cook for next year. And it's going to be a big year. So I see you next month. Enjoy the holidays, and hope you have fun with Steep Road to the Olympic. Thank you very much. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you.